Welcome to the Dad Voice Podcast.
Welcome.
And, well, if it hasn't happened yet, it will soon. Anyway, I'm Cole.
I'm Phil.
Yeah, today we're just going to talk about, I don't know, man, like movies.
What media you consume.
Yeah.
You asked me, you were like, you want to do like an episode about books? I was like, I don't fucking read.
Whatever, nerd, shut up.
Yeah.
You can talk about books, you fucking loser.
Yeah, I only watch Atlanta Braves from TBS in the 90s replay.
Okay,
That's what I watch on TV, episode over.
That's it. I don't watch movies. I don't read books. Books are for losers.
I don't even watch movies where they read books. Or movies based on books.
I did read To Kill a Mockingbird
in
high school.
Had a weird sense of nostalgia for a time that I didn't even live in. I can't explain it.
We know why they're nostalgic for it.
Oh, yeah.
But, no. So, yeah, I feel like that's just a fun thing for dads to talk about, right? And, like, we do have episodes where we'll talk about actual, like...
serious stuff.
And
then derail a bunch.
And derail a bunch.
Laugh about serious topics and then be like, and in conclusion...
just wait until we get into the trauma episodes where we trauma
You gotta
dump.
laugh your way through it.
And you and I are going to be like laughing hysterically, and people are going to be like, this is a Hallmark movie. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I watch a shitload of TV movies, and I've been reading a lot more lately.
Wow. Look at you reading.
Oh, well. We'll talk about that. There's a reason why I'm reading more. It's mostly because my wife has started reading more. And when I talk about what she's been reading, it's going to raise some eyebrows. But
You know what? If scrolling Reddit until I fall asleep is reading, then I read a lot. Technically, I read a lot of words on a screen.
Why is that
books
not...
are on screens now, so...
Why would that not be considered reading? People consider listening to fucking audiobooks as reading.
That's
you can
true.
consider Reddit posts reading.
Yeah. Okay, I read a lot then.
I'd say it's like more
There's
like...
even articles that slip in there.
Yeah, I'd say it's more like reading news. That's how I would...
it.
Yeah.
I read a lot.
I don't watch the news. I literally, like, I'll either see on Facebook that someone got shot in this city, or...
I just see what happened on Reddit.
Here's how I get most of the breaking news. If I see, like, a traffic backup or cops driving in a certain direction, I just Google Greensboro, North Carolina, and that area of town.
What just happened on that other side of the road?
Right.
And Google's like, what do you mean that other side of the road? You're like,
where are you?
sorry, I forgot you don't get that
The pop-up
specific.
comes on, allow location services. I don't apply, like, stupid terms. I'm sorry, it's not stupid. I don't apply terms like cinephile or bibliophile to myself.
Thank God, dude.
I do like to...
I'd make you edit that out of the episode. I feel like, did you just call yourself a fucking bibliophile on our podcast?
You fucking nerd. Just the one time you've ever been filing, you just reach over and just punch me right in the jaw.
There's not an episode for a month and no posts or anything from our socials, and then just out of nowhere we're recording again, and it's just like we got back together.
You can see a slight bruising on my cheek.
Phil lost his cool for a minute.
Don't you ever say that again, you fucking nerd.
You're calling yourself a word that ends in file. I don't like that automatically.
Shit don't sit right with me, bro.
That shit don't sit right. Protect our kids. You openly call yourself a bibliophile.
You leave the Bible alone.
Fuck.
Oh, but no. So I do read. I watch movies. I've said that sentence like 4 times. But like I tend to watch mostly TV shows or like series, I should say. They're TV shows. Why did I correct that?
Yeah.
I don't know. But
TV series,
television series. No, I will. But here's how I get most of my watching recommendations, and this is gonna seem so just special of me, but like I will watch my algorithm, especially on Instagram for Reels, has dialed me into clips of movies and TV shows. And so I have a list of the ones that I think look good, that I capture my interest enough. And I've made a list of just shit I'm going to watch based on the reels that I saw.
Like, dude, the algorithm knows what I like.
Yeah, like it's
I don't know
dialed in.
myself anymore,
Dude,
but it remembers.
That's how my wife and I started Prison Break, and we binged that shit in like a week. And there's like 6 seasons, and they're long seasons.
Wasn't that a show from like the mid 2000s?
Yeah, it was good though. I was like sitting there when I first started. I was like, I don't think we're because and I'm gonna say this sentence, and then we're gonna revisit this later in the episode because this show needs to be talked about. But Lost.
So, that's what I was thinking when you said Prison Break for some reason. Was it on NBC or I don't know? Lost. Yeah. Oh man.
So okay,
my wife showed me that
Prison Break was on Fox.
She had already watched it, so.
But it was already. Fuck Lost. But we'll go into why. Okay, have you seen it all the way through?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we had watched Lost, and we both not big. Started strong in Lost, and then we finished just because, like, begrudgingly finished because we'd already put that much time and effort into that fucking show.
You had the sunk cost fallacy with the TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
It happens all the time.
Lost was a funny one because I just randomly. Lauren and I go back and forth, and we'll be like, what do you want to watch? She'll be like, I don't know, what do you want to watch? I'll be like, what do you want to watch? And if neither of us have shows that we've been wanting to watch or wanting to start, and nothing that we're already in progress on, it takes us a minute to figure something out. So, I was being a smartass and I put Lost on. Well, if you've seen the first episode of Lost, it's a fucking plane crash, so you're roped in.
You're like, that's a hook.
We got hooked in, and then we watched all the way through. Well, that was the series that we had watched before Prison Break. So my wife was like, and by the way, every other series I've ever suggested, like, dude, I've been hot streaks the whole time we've been together. I was the one who put us on to Breaking Bad. I was the one who put us on to Game of Thrones. Like, never had a bad suggestion until I sarcastically put on Lost. And but so Prison Break was what the show that came next after Lost, and she was a little gun shy, and I was like, but we're revisiting all the shows that we saw ads for when we were kids that we never really watched.
That's a cool idea.
Because she and I are both huge fans of 24. And that was another one of those shows. And I used to think 24 was the goofiest sounding show because I was like, how do you do this whole thing in 24 hours? Not realizing that the whole seasons were 24 episodes. And so each episode happens in real time in an hour-long period. 24 is a fantastic show. If you ever get the inkling to watch it, I have every season on DVD. So you just let me know.
If I ever want to watch what I would consider a regular ass TV show, like this came on the networks, parents watched it, I feel like sometimes you just got to do that.
Dude, I enjoy those shows. I do. I also enjoy the fucked up weird shit and the crazy weird obscure sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sometimes you gotta feel some normalcy.
But the problem with the weird or obscure series or the really like the diamonds in Netflix is really good about getting you a good show on the air and then canceling it. And I think it's because Mindhunter's coming back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're bringing it back apparently. I've seen like 2 or 3 articles now about it, but I think it's going to be framed as a movie, and then they're going to base whether they continue the seasonal structure on that movie's success. So I could be wrong.
The seasonal structure, it was already.
Mindhunter's a big one. Yeah. So I have a good one. I'm into, like, I'm a nerd. We knew that. We knew that. Okay.
Yeah, look at this dorky shit.
Fucking dork.
I don't know what half this stuff is. All I do is watch the Braves on CBS.
By the end of this episode, we're just gonna flash to me when I have 2 black eyes of you beating the shit out of me for being a nerd.
I'll blame it on like an absence seizure or something. I'll be like, I don't know what came over it. I just never told you I had like borderline personality disorder.
My mom did. I'm prepared for this. And she definitely punched me for being a nerd, so it's fine. Sorry, that's not this episode. We're not doing that. I have like shows like there's a show called I want to say it's called it's been a while since I've seen it, but After Earth was a sci-fi series.
And I think I tried
Katie
that.
Sackhoff in it, which if you're into sci-fi, you know Katie Sackhoff. She's been in like everything.
Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, Sackhoff. Ah, that's what you did. And like she's also like pretty much every sci-fi nerd's like image of a perfect woman.
Every single one's
Cortana. She's Bo-Katan in The Mandalorian, if you know any of the characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Katie Sackhoff was like one of the leads in the show. It was really good. Canceled after 2 seasons. Of Shadow and Bone, or maybe it's just called Shadow and Bone, but that was a series based on some books, and now I have to go get the books to figure out how the thing fucking ended, because that show won Academy Awards and they still canceled it because of the writer's strike. I don't understand. Like, why
Mindhunter treatment.
It's so bizarre to me that these streaming platforms impose their own restrictive like limitations, and then they're like, well, there's a writer's strike, so we can't continue that show. It's like, bitch, you made the rules. Like, yes, you can. Just
they're
change the rules.
sadists. They just like keeping people in suspense.
I genuinely am almost convinced that smart TVs somehow have these receptors that sense stress hormones and can suck them all up. And they found a way to monetize it. And
they're consuming your adrenochrome. Except for like children, it's them screaming, but for us, it's just being pissed off that the TV show ended.
Calm down, QAnon. All right, that's the dude. Adrenochrome. That's
You know, speaking of normal TV, Katie and I watched every single season of My 600-Pound Life from like September of last year until like February of this year. And that was a journey, and that's a very formulaic structure.
Yeah, it is.
And Katie, she admits that that's her comfort. She wants the formulaic structure. So her favorite show with a formulaic structure is Intervention. And the other day she was sad about the school shooting that happened. And so she was like, can we play Intervention for comfort? And it's just people's families breaking apart and people crying. And she's like, oh, so much better.
Thank God.
The formula.
So Lauren is like that too. But Lauren's favorite show is White People, the TV show, aka Friends. Like,
I was thinking of Dear Black People for a second. I was like, oh, you're interesting.
Friends is the Caucasian TV show. Like, that's when I think of white people in TV, it's that. But that's her favorite show. And it, like, Friends has funny moments. It lacks any foundation. Like, it's not thought-provoking. The most thought-provoking part of that is why the fuck they didn't focus more on Monica and Chandler's relationship and tried to make Ross and Rachel this big thing, because Ross was a piece of shit. And you know what? I'll die on that hill. And
I never watched a single episode of Friends before.
Don't worry about it. You're going to clip that part that I just said and put it on the internet, and we'll let the internet tell you why I'm wrong or right.
Oh, yeah. Okay? They'll be mad.
Oh, yeah. It'll be...
Good. You dropped a little engagement bait in here.
I'm telling you, dude, that one's going to kick the... That might be up there with the ear piercing piece. Okay?
Oh, nice.
Like, there's...
people have opinions.
They do.
On
about
stuff that you don't even think about.
I ate an edible the other night and replied with a 5-minute video to one of the comments on our shit.
I didn't stop you. Oh, you did it while I was asleep. That's why I couldn't stop you.
And I had a fucking edible, and next day I deleted that shit. I was like, why did I do this?
You waited until like you could see my phone go into do not disturb mode at 9:45, and you were like, "All right, no, I'm commandeering the TikTok and Instagram."
Now. But I did it for my personal page.
Oh, that's right.
So I was like, but it was still in the comments on our post, and I opened it up, and I don't think whoever was watching could tell, but I was deep in that edible, and I was like, "Hey, it's me, that guy in the video that was talking," and I was like, "This is why Taylor Swift's a bad billionaire."
You were like, "Hello, I'm here to kick the hornet's nest. Goodbye."
And I just went on a 5-minute rant about why.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Why Taylor Swift is doing bad things as a billionaire, but isn't like the worst billionaire. That's basically what it came out to being.
Also, someone commented on that video and was like, well, as far as celebrities go, she's not even in the top 30 in private jet usage. I was like, so it's just better being in the top 50. Like,
blow all their jets up.
You're still blowing our atmosphere apart.
You're
or whatever.
Shitting in the sky. That's what
I
you're
don't
doing.
read, so I don't know. But you're doing something bad. I can just tell.
I can't read.
I see the smoke.
You should have just replied, I can't read, so this is very offensive to me.
Taylor Swift, it's my make-a-wish to learn to read and to be with you. And
so I can talk shit about
who also can't read.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks. Travis Kelce can't read.
He cannot.
It's the CTE.
Him and Floyd Mayweather.
Speaking of, we'll talk about reading because that's an interesting one. The reason I've gotten into reading. So your wife doesn't read, right? Like, I mean, she's able to read, but she's not a big reader.
No, she is from Appalachia.
Okay,
so she can't read.
I can't read good.
Yeah, she cannot read.
I'm surprised you don't have more children. That being the case.
She looks like such a normal person, but you see me reading the menu to her at the restaurant.
You want the chicken tenders?
She's like, what are we going to get Lucy? I'm like, the mini hot dogs. No, sorry, they're corn dogs. This is corn dogs.
Oh, she's going to make us quit doing the podcast after this one. But no, I have noticed that there's a significant correlation between having like 30 kids and not being able to read. So I guess when you don't have any form of entertainment, you can't even read subtitles on the TV. You just like put another one in there. Fucking let's go. But no, so my wife is a reader, and her best friend got her into these books.
Old studious ass wife.
You will hold that thought. You're not gonna know what the title of this book signifies until I tell you. But I guarantee you, if we were doing this live and I said the name Haunting Adeline, there would be people that are like, I know what you're talking about. It's a smut book, okay?
Oh.
So my wife has been reading smut, and I'm going to give a take here that is going to cause people to go, maybe I will never watch an episode of this podcast again. But if your wife at home is reading these books, Haunting Adeline, there's one called Satan's Affair. I know there's
that's what a stereotypical title.
Yeah, I know, right? But Satan's Affair is actually the name of a haunted attraction in the book. So, anyways,
okay, that's cool.
Any of
I'm
those
start
books,
reading these books. Colin, back to reading.
Yeah, you're gonna borrow one, and then you're gonna come back and be like, we gotta talk about.
I don't
that.
even read it for the smoke part. I'm just like, that sounds like a very creative idea for a haunted attraction.
Okay, so listen, because we're getting to that kind of thought, because my wife was really into these, and she would like feed me snippets of these stories, and I would be like, well, shit, this kind of sounds interesting. And so I read those books, and fellas or ladies or non-binaries out there, whoever you are, if your spouse is reading those books,
they're going to hell.
Do yourself a favor and pick them up and read them too. I am telling you that there is a level of intimate knowledge that I did not have until I read these books. And they're actually not bad, right? They're pretty good books. I will specifically call out Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline.
Oh, there's a haunting and a hunting.
Yeah, so the sequel is
they're
called
like, fuck it, we can print the book title and just take one letter off.
That may have had something to do with it, but the titles make sense too. But I'm telling you that like the knowledge, the insight that book gave me has helped our relationship in a very healthy way. We're all adults here.
Haunting and Hunting Adeline.
We're all adults here, right? And we are dads, which means we have had sex at least once or twice in our day with our wives. And I'm telling you that
on purpose.
On purpose. And I'm telling you, like, from that angle of things, it's only done me good to be able to kind of touch on that, because as men we tend to be neglectful of those more intimate thoughts, right? Because either we're like, oh, that's
everything's got to be a damn process,
right?
It's the only way it makes sense.
Or you're like, oh, being too intimate with my wife is gay. I can't do that.
It is. I heard the streets are saying it's gay to love your wife.
It's gay to love your wife. Of course, neither you or I actually care about that, but like it's that deep program.
This part of your genetic makeup
Yeah.
or something. It just
It's
that thought's
in there.
always there, no matter what. It's so weird.
I just think about, like, there's an episode of Family Guy where it's Tom Cruise's gay thoughts, and he's like, "You can't catch me, gay thoughts," and he just starts sprinting.
We're running from him like, no, I love my wife.
But it's
It is not homosexual to care.
one of the whole things about this podcast is I feel like it's important to talk to men about, like, kind of being more intimate with your emotional side, but also
It's not gay to sleep with your wife.
It's not gay to sleep with your wife, and it's actually not gay to find out how to uptick the sexual interactions. You know,
What are you doing with your fucking thumb there, man? I know. That was a tell.
It's just a thumbs up, man. We're just having a good time. That's all this is. But it's not weird to read the books if your wife is, or your husband or your significant other is into that stuff. Give it a try. Unless it's something where they're like, "Please don't read my books," then don't. Obviously, respect that. But I did, because she wouldn't quit telling me about it, and man, I kind of got into them. And
Interesting.
It's really, please, if you for some reason are taking my suggestion on this without looking into it at all anymore, read the trigger warnings.
Someone's spouse would see Amazon deliver these books. It's like, what the hell is this?
Read the trigger warnings at the beginning of the books, because both of those books do have heavy content in them. But it is all fictitious. It's just still. Make sure that
There's some guy who looks like Wallace Shawn sitting there writing the book.
Actually, it's wild because, like, the girl who writes them, H.D. Carlton, she was wearing like a Sleep Token shirt in a video my wife was watching of her. I was like, oh, she's like one of us.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
she's cool.
I was like, she's like one of us, and she's got like dark hair. She's got tattoos. Like, she's like a scene chick, but grown up, right? Like, kind of like my wife is. And so, like, I was like, oh shit, that makes sense that she would write this. It's kind of dark, kind of edgy, but like also like,
haunting in the name,
right? And
the name Adeline just seems like a very
it does,
name.
doesn't it? But yeah, so that was, I just wanted to touch on that because, like, I feel like that is an important thing. And there's like a billion different smut books, right? But if you know that your significant other is reading these smut books, pick that shit up and read it with them. I promise you, shit's gonna get so much better for you. Yeah. It really is. And like, but also, like, it also shows your significant other, hey, I'm interested in what you're interested in, and especially in this way, you're gonna get laid more. Like, if you're not getting laid enough and they're reading these books, read those books with them.
Start reading.
Find out what they're into.
This is propaganda by Big Book.
Big Book. That's right. We don't do books.
You're trying to get me to read. You can't trick me.
Yeah, and I promise you, these books are going to be on the ban list and wherever you go. But these, I would say, you probably don't put these in kids. These are I'm going to put it this way.
Dr. Seuss
These
books.
are the books that people pretend drag queens are reading to children. Okay, like, you go to drag queen story time and it's green eggs and ham.
Yeah, actual kid stories.
And then these people are like,
you go to a suburban mom's house for that wild stuff.
Right. That's right. Yeah. You find the lady that goes to church and stays quiet the whole time. I guarantee that shit's on her bookshelf.
Yep.
Not that my wife goes to church. We're both heathens, but
Yeah, you're both going to hell.
Yeah, dude.
Cool.
We're gonna be there together though, and that's what's important.
Yeah,
we're gonna be there.
Very romantic.
Yeah. We should loop back around to Lost though.
Oh yeah, Lost. What's up with that?
Okay, so you've watched it.
Yes.
I feel like we can spoil Lost, right?
Yeah, I guess it's been out long enough now.
I guess
it's been
so.
out at least 5 years.
Yeah. How do you spoil Lost? Because that ending was the biggest piece of shit. Fucking.
I'm trying to make sure I remember correctly. It was essentially one of the tropes of it was all a dream.
I believe that the structure, after forcing us through all that bullshit with the time travel,
and stuff.
the black smoke, it all just proved to be nothing because they were in purgatory.
Yeah.
Fuck that show. Fuck Lost. And here's the thing. I watch From, which is done by the showrunners of Lost. And I've just started recently watching.
Is that new?
It's
Or
about to
probably
start
not.
the 4th season at the beginning of
okay.
next year. You should watch it if you like horror stuff.
I do.
Watch From and watch From because I want this show to make it to the end. It's a mind fuck in a good way though. I feel like Lost feels like after like 2 or 3 seasons, they didn't know where they were going with the shit anymore.
Yeah.
So they just started winging it. And they were like, we can't get canceled. We got these people on budgets. Like
They were too nervous to show us that it was going to end being all a dream.
yeah,
And so they were procrastinating. They were like, look at the black smoke.
and there's a time machine. The whole island,
Polar
time
bear.
machine.
Got to think about that for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and then there's this ancient guy named Jacob or some shit that's
Yeah.
just roaming around doing stuff. We
Is
all
he the
knew
black
him.
smoke?
Yeah.
Think about that for a couple of weeks too. We'll get back with you.
And then your favorite bad guy is just also like one of your favorite good guys. Like they just fucking mix it up. They're like, the smoke's in him now, and he's
Yeah.
the bad guy. And you're like, okay, and then they just start calling him the Man in Black,
And they're like, by the way, it was all a dream. And then they're like,
they were
watch From.
They were in purgatory. They're all dead. But From is different. From is about these people that get stuck in this town and they can't escape.
I thought you were about
it.
to say stuck on an island.
No.
I was like, oh.
So they drive
You're
into...
getting tricked again.
It starts, they drive into a town, and then as they try to leave, it just loops them back into the town. And they're stuck in this... There's expanded areas around it, but they can't leave the town. Or this area that they're in, wherever they're called. It's called Fromville. And well, that's what the
Written by doctors.
that's what the fan base has started to call it, is Fromville. And it gets wild. I'm a big Lovecraftian guy. Like I love like
Craft.
outer world horrors, like the elder gods, like crazy space horrors beyond comprehension kind of shit. And there are a lot of Lovecraftian themes in that show. Very much into it. Way better than Lost. Fuck Lost. But they're also doing those same showrunners, from what I understand, that are doing are doing a Stephen King adaptation called The Institute, which has been pretty good. That first season just ended, I think, like last week. And that's on MGM2. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm having indigestion because it's past dinner time and I haven't eaten yet.
My God, it's late.
But From and The Institute are both on MGM Plus. So if you want,
My
to
daughter
check it out,
accidentally subscribed me to MGM Plus
Well, keep
and
it.
Paramount Plus, and yeah, and then I had to cancel both because she takes the Roku remote and she's like,
You should-
"Change the channel," and then it's just buttons.
just you need to put a password on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prime has a lock that you can apply so that you can't just at the very least
It's something
like
as basic as I should have just added a password. I'm sitting here, I'm like, he's a cybersecurity genius.
wow, passcode.
He
You
could have
said.
saved me $15.99 last month.
No, but those are some good shows. Movies.
I almost may as well just keep this episode TV shows.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Chief. I don't watch movies.
Buddy, I can't pay attention through a movie. It's like we spent the whole episode talking about TV shows. Make movies another one.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean,
I can make it through some movies.
we're only 30 minutes in, so we got time.
Oh, that's half.
No, we can keep it to TV shows. I mean, we can talk about fuck whatever we want to talk about because that's what
This
we
America.
do. This is America.
We're white men. We finally have a voice.
It's gonna be like, I feel like at some point, once we've built a big enough audience so it doesn't seem like we're actually being pieces of shit, that should be a running joke, is like the Dad Voice Podcast giving white men a voice. But for now we can't do that because people would take that seriously and be like, and we'd get
Yeah.
the wrong kind of audience.
Bunch of bald dudes start subscribing to us. I'm like, what if it's because I'm bald? It's he kinship in me.
Go to all of them and they all have the fucking Trump profile picture of him with his hand up. You're like, son of a bitch. But no, dude, TV shows are so easy though, because like I say that, okay, I just want to point out, I don't like movies as much as I like TV shows because I like the way TV shows flow. The new season of Stranger Things, every fucking episode is going to be 2 hours long
What?
at least. Yeah, every episode is going to be a movie. They made a full saga
Is there
of
10
movies.
episodes too?
I think it's going to be like 8 or so. Like, it's an absurd amount.
Jeez.
And they just made
Do they
them all-
not realize that people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter every day?
Yeah, because of the fucking seasonal structure. That's something we can talk about. The fucking subscriptions to goddamn everything, seasonal structure. I know seasonal structure is video games, but it just reminds me of how everything's a subscription. And
I know, I was sitting here, I was like, dude, I think TV shows have been seasonal structure for a long time. Like, since they started.
But, like, you know what I mean about seasonal structures in video games, right?
Yeah.
Like, now everybody's got a fucking season pass or a battle pass, and you have to pay $10, $20 a month to get your little shitty seasonal pass, and then you get to finally fuck off, and for a month or two, you get that, and then the next thing, you know. Like, dude, I've bought 2 or 3 of the Call of Duty battle passes, and fuck me for doing that, because, like,
You don't even remember what came in them.
I don't
those
remember what came in
seasons.
them, but also, like, and it's so hard to explain this to my son. He'll find a cool skin. He loves that skin. It's one of his favorite characters from a show, Spider-Man, whatever the fuck, on Fortnite. And then he'll buy that skin with money. And then next week, another skin comes out. And he's like, I really love that skin. And we go, okay, well, you've got a few bucks left. Go ahead and buy it. He buys that skin. And then another. And it's like, dude, now you have 30 skins.
You can't wear them all at once.
Yeah, you can't wear them all at once. And, like, nobody can see. Like, it's not even a flex. Like, you just have them.
You spend money. Spending money is like a weird flex in
Right.
games like that. Now I know
And-
we derailed the video games again, but
But
It is a-
It falls into the category.
the flex used to be, I reached this like gunnery sergeant, whatever, blah blah blah. But now the flex is just like, I stole my parents' credit card and spent Robux on this
Dude,
thing.
I remember,
Look at my
like,
cool skin.
What's it called in
I didn't earn
Prestige?
it. My dad did.
Prestige, like in Call of Duty,
Yeah.
used to mean something.
It did.
Now there's like 30 tiers of prestige. And the only way that you can get that is if you just, all you do is play video games. And I don't understand why every fucking video game has to cater to the fucking streamers. I think that's one of the biggest downfalls of Destiny, was that they were too busy listening to the fucking 5 guys that create content for their fucking game. And then now Destiny's in the shitter. That, among the other, we did a whole episode on that. If you want to watch that, go watch the Bungie Simp episode.
Yeah, that's a deep cut.
That is a deep cut.
It will look different
I think it's episode 4, so
Yeah.
like we didn't even have these chairs for that.
because
episode.
we had a clip from it that did well, and I was looking through the episode and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a clip from this. And at this point now, with how our stuff looks, I was like, yeah, no,
By the way,
that
we didn't even
us
mention it.
is not good enough for us.
No. By the way, we didn't even mention it, but last episode, which was the first one we did with this, but I found 2 old phones.
Oh yeah,
That aren't that old. They're iPhone 14s. So we're now working on a 3-cam setup.
yeah.
So hopefully this looks a
So
lot
now
better.
I'm making weird eye contact with 2 different cameras.
Yeah, you don't know.
Or just not looking at them.
We're just gonna start scanning our heads like this. Just
There's a huge bright light in front of me. I'm like, where's the camera?
Which one? And I'm sure that they can see the ring light reflections in our glasses. I don't know how to fix that.
That's how you know you're a podcaster.
Yeah, you just got the ring light
It's just
perfectly outlining your
Yeah, I
pupils.
look like Satan.
Well, if you want to hear us bitch about video games, go to that episode. That's
Yeah, we're gonna redo a video. Not redo. We're gonna do another video game episode because there's always more to
Dude,
talk
there's
about.
always so much more to talk about with video games. It's just not this episode. But yeah, what other than
Intervention. My 600 pound life.
in my 600 pound life, what do you guys watch that actually has a narrative to it? Like,
Well, right now I'm on season 9 of King of the Hill.
hell yeah,
That's got a narrative.
it does.
Um,
It's got continuing plot lines.
That's become a big time comfort show for me now. That's a good one.
Okay, top 5 comfort shows.
The Office,
Okay,
which Greg Daniels made The Office, the American version. He was the EP on King of the Hill.
yeah.
I was like, oh, that makes sense why I like it. The Office. I do enjoy Intervention too. I don't know if it's because it's forced upon me. Comfort shows. You know what? This is derailing, but my brother and I would want to have the TV on when we were going to bed because it feels like someone's with you. I know we talked about this before, but we would watch Emerald Lagasse's show. My parents were like, fine, you can watch TV, but you can only watch the Food Network on mute. So that was always comforting.
You just see Emerald shouting "bam," but it's just like,
yeah, it's just him going. We're like, what is he saying? What's his catchphrase?
the subtitles think it's a Paula Deen show, so it just says racism in parentheses
with the asterisk. Yeah. What about you? You like comfort shows too, like ones that aren't like critically acclaimed, whatever. Blah,
no, dude. Because
we've all watched those too. Like I've watched Breaking Bad. I've watched every critically acclaimed show.
I watch a ton of stuff like that.
You have certain shows that are always in your rotation.
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, and Futurama is like I don't know if my little gold bender is in the shot, so we'll put him up.
I've been told a lot that I would enjoy Futurama. I actually
Futurama
never watched it.
Is fantastic. Matt Groening from The Simpsons started Futurama. It's awesome. Like you should actually genuinely start from season 1. It does have linear storylines and stuff like that, so like you'll be able to keep up. They got more linear and like focused, kind of like South Park did in the later seasons. But like they're still like, dude, Futurama is my comfort show. I put that on in the background all the time. Any anime, like I'm an anime guy, right? So like lately I've been rewatching Jujutsu Kaisen. Attack on Titan has been one I've been putting on in the background. Naruto, like, dude, that was and honestly, what are the other ones? Demon Slayer I put on in the background a lot, but like Naruto is like my gateway. I shouldn't say that. Dragon Ball was my gateway into anime, but Naruto, like Yu Yu Hakusho, all those Toonami shows were like the ones that really were like, yeah, you're a fucking nerd now, bitch.
Yeah, we got you in. Now you're gonna get into weirder ones.
So anime is a big one. It's funny because I'm a serious adult. All I watch is fucking cartoons.
Yeah.
But you know,
that's why I was having trouble with the question of what are my comfort shows, because literally the only thing that's on TV in my house at all times is Bluey, which is now a comfort show.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
But Bluey, and so this is an interesting thing to talk about actually, because like, so when we were kids, we had shows like Ren and Stimpy and shit like that, and I never remembered them being as like Cow and Chicken on Cartoon Network and Johnny Bravo and shit like that had really adult jokes in them.
Yeah.
But I never remembered any of that as a kid, like processing that. And I think Bluey is doing a more wholesome version of that, where they put content in their show for parents that have to watch it with their kids.
Yeah, they do a good job of that.
Yeah, and so I think that was...
I think SpongeBob is another show that did that for our parents.
Yes. Yeah, and SpongeBob... The problem with Nickelodeon shows is, especially after that fucking documentary came out...
I know.
It all is just some perverted...
Drake and Josh used to be like one of my favorite shows.
So Drake and Josh is one of our comfort shows, and we watch it, and it really has dampened it. Like,
it's a genuinely great comedy.
It was, and like I still laugh at those jokes from a nostalgic perspective, but like they'll never make shows like that again. And then you look at the fact that like Drake Bell's soul was the bargaining chip to get a show that good.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus fuck, man.
It's hard to not think about that. I mean, it's impossible to not think about that really when you watch it now.
Yeah, dude, I like that and Zoe 101.
Yeah.
And like what's crazy is like, so when I was living in Wilmington, I was working at a fancy grocery chain, and the dude who played Chase...
Shout out to the career change episode.
Yeah, shout out to that. But
another one of your personalities.
Right.
You were a butcher.
I forgot to talk about being a butcher. Oh my god. Oh, so yeah, if you watched the last episode, I was also a butcher at this fancy chain, but every once in a while I would pick up an extra shift as a cashier, and one of the shifts I picked up, I would check out the people from One Tree Hill all the time because they filmed down there. Like I checked out Sophia Bush and what is the name? I want to say Hillary Burton is the girl who played Peyton. She's married to Jeffrey Dean Morgan, which is Negan in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, he's a big nerd.
He's
actor.
in a bunch of stuff, but
yeah.
I like him. I think he's great because I'm a fucking nerd. But so got to meet all those guys. The guy who played Chase in Zoe 101 came through my line one time, and I looked at his ID and I was like, "Are you?" And
you see the guy with the curly hair,
and he looked much older. Like he had like stubble and like a little bit of a like more than 5 o'clock shadow, like almost a beard coming in. And I was like, is that? And I didn't want to bother him and ask him because the dude didn't only look like he didn't want to talk, but like he had 3 cases of beer and he did not have the vibe that he was going out to party with people. Like, he was like, I was a kid star on Nickelodeon kind of.
Yeah,
drinking.
he was dealing with something.
But he was super nice. And I'm, of course, now like hindsight bias putting that in my head, right? Like that wasn't probably what was going on, but I didn't bother him and go, "Aren't you the guy from the show?
Yeah. Are you okay nowadays? Did that stuff happen to you too?"
Well, the documentary didn't come out for another 10 years after that, but like, I just didn't like. I don't. Don Cheadle. When they were filming Iron Man 3, because Don Cheadle played Rhodey, Don Cheadle used to come in
That's wild.
all the time.
Don Cheadle was a running joke for me and my college buddies a long time ago, and we would have flipped out.
When I was a meat cutter, Don Cheadle would come to the meat cutter and ask for special cuts and stuff, and I would take care of those for him. And
you cut Don Cheadle's meat.
I did cut Don Cheadle's meat, but super nice guy. The thing about it is like met Robert Downey Jr. a couple times, and like, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is a superstar. But the thing that I've learned is like, if you don't just like, oh my god, you're like,
yeah, you gotta be cool.
Like, just be chill, and they're gonna be chill back. So like, I don't know. That's just something to take away if you ever meet celebrities, I guess. But
if you happen to live in a niche city where they film a lot of things,
well, Wilmington,
this is for you.
Dude, North Carolina.
I was gonna say we lost all that.
Effed up so bad because I don't know who was running the show when that happened, but they shit the bed. North Carolina was being like called the East Coast LA for a while because like
so many films were done,
dude,
in the Wilmington
The
area.
Hunger Games was done here in Asheville. Like, the Wilmington had a bunch of them. Iron Man 3, that show with Jennifer Aniston and one of the Ed Helms. That movie was done.
Road
It's you know which one I'm talking about.
Title,
We're the Millers, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
So that one was filmed.
Road Trip is the Ice Cube.
Yeah. Are we there yet? That's the one. Road Trip is the one where it's like an American Pie.
Oh yeah, the Euro Trip.
Trip and shit. But yeah, so the reason North Carolina was so good for filming is because of the fact that, like, we have so many different environments in one state.
Right.
Like, you have the coast, you have the cities, you have the mountains, you have like
we're like our own little country.
Yeah, like you can get within I think it's like probably 6 or 7, probably 8 hours from Wilmington,
from tip to tip.
From tip to toe. That it's about that long of a drive, right? And so within an 8-hour span, you can take a whole filming production and get anywhere you need to get. And North Carolina had such a good opportunity, and we were getting a ton of interest. And then whatever legislation they passed fucked it up.
I can't remember which one it was.
I can't remember either.
Was it the bathroom bill, or was that?
No, it wasn't the bathroom bill.
It was some other thing.
It was something about tax breaks. Like I think they were going to raise the taxes on the companies that were coming to produce there, and everybody was like, "Why are you doing that? We need the money in this state
because we want to scare them away."
And they were like, "We don't want them here."
Well, if that's your goal, then I guess you're being
Congrats.
successful.
Well, and I think that it really was like some of the money in the state was like, we actually don't want this to become like a new Los Angeles, and that's a very conservative way of thinking.
Yeah, and that's I assume is behind it.
Yeah,
without digging too much into it, I just would assume
they've fucked up so much stuff for this state. But anyways, like, dude, not doing that. Nope, pulling it in because I'm not gonna get
rein it in.
Political on this one. But
you can hear the audience ripping in half.
Just assholes tightening on both sides.
No, please, you have to see our new outro.
Don't go yet. Last episode we had to record a fucking brand new fresh opening because I just started.
You just so went in on.
That's gonna be a clip, so they probably have seen it now. But and I did it the same thing on this episode, just a little more subtly this time.
Yeah.
But
you know what I love on TV? Actually, that is based and born and bred in North Carolina. Fucking NASCAR.
NASCAR.
That is one of my comfort things. I try to watch every race every weekend.
Really?
Yep. Knowing me or just looking at me. Well, maybe looking at me, you would think that possibly, but I'm big into NASCAR. That is comfort city.
The most NASCAR thing about you is your accent. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
It's like, but I don't get it. Like I like drag racing, so I just don't like NASCAR because to me, why are we watching cars drive in a fucking circle for 3 hours?
You watch it for the storylines. It's almost like WWE because there's every few races there's a little scuffle after the race outside of victory lane and stuff, and you're like, this driver hates this driver and this is why his sponsor's not letting him say this. There's actually a lot to it. It's actually very interesting.
I remember back when,
and I just like it because
back when I was a kid and we lived in Athens, or right outside of Athens, Georgia for a while, and NASCAR's big in that area. And I remember that there was like a rumor that Jeff Gordon was gay. And back then, that was
the Rainbow Warrior.
Earth shattering. Like, people were like, he's fucking gay?
He's what? Right. They're wearing the rainbow colored jacket already? DuPont.
You said what? And
he tricked me into wearing the rainbow.
No, but like, I feel like it's the same thing. Like, people were burning merch and shit. You just didn't have the internet, so people couldn't do it in real time.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I don't like, now they got like Danica Patrick and shit. Like, women are doing it, and there's definitely gay drivers and biracial drivers. And that shit just
it's the only sport where my favorite is someone who wins a lot and is hated. I feel like a Patriots fan. I'm a Denny Hamlin guy, and people get legitimately mad at me. I'm like, God damn, there's like 30 something other drivers. Like,
just pick your favorite. Jeez.
I
3 for Dale. That's me all day long. Rest in peace forever in our hearts. I will say that, like other sports that I don't enjoy watching on TV, much better experience to watch it in person. For NASCAR. But I like drag racing, man. Like, you get those fucking funny cars up there, and I can see who crosses the fucking finish line
You're
first.
like, I can't watch something where they just drive in circles. So you watch something driving a straight line for 6 seconds, and you're like, hell yeah.
But guess what?
That satisfied the
I know who won in 6 seconds.
ADHD has.
I know who won in 6. That's what's crazy to me about you saying that, though, is like, you with the ADHD almost as bad as mine, probably I'd say we're about the same level, love to watch cars go in circles for 3 hours.
You know what the thing is? The thing that keeps me, and I'm realizing this, is I'm watching everybody's, like, how many laps of fuel they have left, and the lap time. So I think I just like the data part of it too.
Yeah, you're just like,
so I've always got some new number to look at, so I can be like, I think I know who's gonna win.
You've got like the fucking what's his name from The Hangover? Alan from The Hangover, or
the numbers going in front of him.
Yeah, the numbers going in front of him, like Rain Man.
It's just like lap since last pit.
You're just crunching numbers, and you're like, oh man, and you're like muttering predictions, and people are sitting around. You're like, how's he fucking doing this?
Dude, my father-in-law he wins DraftKings NASCAR a lot.
Really?
He used to own a race team back in Hickory.
That's just a random.
Yeah.
You have so many random connections to incredibly famous people. Why are we struggling for number 43, Philip?
We're probably at 41. I don't know.
Get you because I don't.
He owned a race. It was local, but he raced against Dale Earnhardt and stuff.
Okay, that's a race team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a beat here, and we can cut this if we need to. But your uncle is a New York Times fucking bestseller that just signed a movie deal. So if we need to cut that information, we can. But if not, want to talk about that for a second? Because how do you have these people? I say that I have connections to celebrities too. None quite that prominent, but that's a crazy thing to just that you kind of dropped a few weeks ago, and then
it's one of those things where I'm like, I forgot if I told you or not. But.
So, yeah, interesting connections.
It's very random.
Apparently, so one of my random interesting connections.
We don't leave this room, so it's
my
as close as we got.
Their family lives out in the Hamptons, and my mom lived in New York City for a while, and this was after she had me in Texas and moved back to New York. She had a roommate that was working on Broadway. His name was Michael, and I wish I could remember his last name because I'm sure he's famous now.
Michael Keaton.
That'd be wild. But Michael had a buddy named Robert, and my mom had to go out for an interview, or a buddy named Bobby. And my mom had to go out for an interview, and she couldn't, Michael was watching me for her, and he said, "Hey, I have a friend coming over. I need to run out to the store, and he's going to watch the baby for 10 minutes. And my mom goes, "Who is it?" And he goes, "My friend Bobby." Well, my mom shows up in the 10 minutes that Bobby is watching me, and it's fucking Robert De Niro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go Robert Duvall, but that's even bigger. Wow.
De Niro. And my mom was apparently knew him, but wasn't familiar enough to be oh my God,
yeah, she just, it didn't connect.
But my mom also, she bartended at this bar in the Hamptons called Neptune's. And if you've been to the Hamptons, you know what Neptune's is. It used to be a big spot for the celebrities. My grandmother was Steven Spielberg's travel agent for a while.
Them New York City folks.
Dude, we got all kinds of connections. The only reason they were out there is because my grandfather was stationed on Gabreski Air Force Base, which is on Long Island in the Hamptons. It's right there outside of West Hampton. And that's the only reason they were out there. But they were in the Hamptons, and they met a bunch of celebrities, and we have these weird celebrity connections.
My dad's the CEO of Bungie, and that's why I have the flaming Hayabusa armor.
That's right. That's a good throwback. Shout out. Callback. That's the word I'm looking for.
But look, you're a true comedian now.
Look at that. Yeah, I'm learning from you in the way that you structure some of your stories and stuff because I feel like I suck at telling stories, but you're a lot better at them.
Everybody loves a callback because it makes that part of your brain go, ha. I recognize that. I'm in on it.
That's why I really do. I love the stand-ups that end their stand-up special with a callback to an earlier joke.
Yeah, it puts a nice bow on everything.
It's just and then you're good. Segura does a good job of that.
Yeah.
But no, I think we're about at the end.
Yeah.
And
we stayed pretty well on TV shows. We didn't derail too much.
I think we derailed in the first episode we did tonight more than we did this episode.
Good for us. We're improving.
Yeah, we really came down to it and talked about stuff. We're doing all right. But I think the derailment, I think people are there for that. I don't think that look, if you want to watch some dude just hardline buzz about, go watch Joe Rogan or whatever. He's always got some fucking the most interesting person you can think of on there.
Yeah.
Dude has had I'm not gonna fucking blow up Joe Rogan's podcast right now. Like,
Have y'all heard of him?
Do you guys know Rogan? Rogan?
Someone who's watching a podcaster with like 42 subscribers has somehow never heard of Joe Rogan.
And then they go check him out and hop in our comments like, thanks for the suggestion.
Thanks for the
This guy's
suggestion.
awesome.
Now I don't have to listen to yours anymore.
These guys are way more on focus. Like,
We started like a pipeline to like the alt-right.
and that's totally like how that would go.
That's our impact on history if we just go our separate ways.
Oh no, man, dude, this is we really don't number the episodes anymore. I've gotten away from that, but this is 14.
14. That's...
Dude, we're doing pretty awesome. I feel like at some point throughout every episode, we at least mention what episode it is, but like 14 is a big thing. Like I that means we have shot this shit for 14 hours.
Yes, I was thinking in hours a minute ago. I was like, okay,
it's 14 hours worth of content. That is 7 average Marvel movies. Like that is. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
You know?
Our production value is getting closer to that, too.
It is, yeah. Well, they shot 28 weeks later with a bunch of iPhones.
That's true.
So, you know. Sorry, I'm picking, like, a mustache hair is, like, in my fucking
Speaking of quality.
Yes. So, I think it's a good stopping point, though, man. It's about
Good stuff.
that time. If you stuck around the song, you know, like and subscribe if you haven't already, because you obviously like what we're doing. Because that's the only way people are.
The
sticking
definition
around the
of
song.
ride or die right now is who it is. The only people that matter.
If you don't follow us on our socials, follow us on our socials. It's the Dad Boys Pod, pretty much everywhere. We don't do Twitter, X, whatever the fuck. I refuse to call it X. We don't do Twitter. We're not really like I think when you have an Instagram account, you automatically get a Threads account, but we're not doing Threads.
Yeah.
Threads is almost worse than Twitter. Like I was on Threads for like a week, and I was at a point where I was like, "Go fuck yourself."
It just like,
all the time.
It looks exactly like it too.
But yeah, so just follow us on the socials.
Give us that uniformity in numbers.
Yeah, just across the board. If you're...
And I'm going to make a huge gamble right now to tie it up too and say congratulations on 43 subscribers.
Oh, God.
I'm speaking it into existence. This could backfire so badly.
This is going to be the biggest flop, and what we're going to end up doing is making this a clip.
By that time, it's going to be 38. We're going to be fighting to get back to 40.
It just shows our declining chart on the YouTube metrics, and then Sarah McLachlan plays in the background.
The Braves never went on another World Series because I wore this jersey too.
This is just a cursed episode.
You didn't realize I was like bad luck. You're like, man, this seems like it's going well. It's like, oh, he's awful luck.
Like any other podcast that has spent this time and effort would be blowing up, and we're just like. So hopefully we've got 43 subscribers, and we like.
Congratulations.
They are ours to lose by the time we get here. So you know, and maybe. I feel like at this point, we've talked about 43 for so long, we have to send our 43rd subscriber a care package or something. Please don't leave.
They'll call the bomb squad because they don't know who it's from.
It's just some shittily wrapped fucking box.
Some guy fucking like Singapore or the Philippines or something gets a package and gets arrested.
Oh, all right. So if you want a spooky package coming to you,
yeah, please subscribe, like everything,
like and subscribe for sure. Yeah, man, I'm having a good time. We'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.